Hi everyone. Today we are going to study the Cornel note-taking system. Rather it can be for lecture or reading, or when you are with me, even though we are doing I'm not lecturing in my class. I'm saying a lot of things also in class individually or to the whole class. So I encourage you to pay attention to this system with one of the best system used among the people who are successful. And I say people because it can be student as well as professional. So let's start. So first, why is it important? Well, it is important because it prevents to forget. Okay. Research shows that we forget 50% of what we hear within an hour, and more than 70% within 2 days. So it is very important for you to take note. Second of all, it stimulates to be focused. Taking effective note requires students to be mentally active, okay, during a lecture or while reading or while listening. If you're not mentally active, you're not helping yourself to remember, and that is a problem. Okay, so taking note help you to be focused, help you to be stimulated to be focused. Finally, record only what is necessary to remember. I used to be a student who thought that he has to write everything that the professor is saying, and failing helped me to realize that it was not necessary always to write everything what the professor is saying. You just need to record only what is necessary to remember. Now, let's continue and let's try to work on prevent to forget. First of all, classify in order to be able to retrieve efficiently. That's very important. Classify in order to be able to retrieve the information efficiently. And then, because the memory fade away, again, I would like to insist on that, 50% of what you hear within an hour will be forgotten, and 70% within 2 days. So please, classify in order to be able to retrieve efficiently, and because memory fade away, take note. It will prevent to forget. All right, now, to stimulate focus. You have to pay attention when you're taking notes. If you're not paying attention, you can be in the class without being in the class. I used to be this student. And again, I failed because of that. And it took me several months to realize that I need to pay attention. Second of all, remember when you are writing, you have to make decisions about what to write and record. So that being mentally active force you to remember, force you to be focused. Finally, record testable material. Recorded testable material is just basically recording what you need to remember. All right, not everything needs to be remembered. And because summative assessment, which are the tests, the exam, are based on key idea, formula, theorem, etc., you need to focus on the key concept or theme or formula or theorem. Now, what's the process? What is the process? Well, first of all, step 1, okay, record. Step 2, you will have to have questions. Step 3, you need to reflect. Step 4 will be recapitulate. And step 5 will be review. Let's focus on the step number 1, record. First of all, you need to prepare your note paper. Okay, by creating a 2-column table. I will show you an example of this paper at the end of this video. You will have on Blackboard an example for you to follow. Second of all, summarize and paraphrase. Retaste in your own words. Most of the time, you tend to try to remember the words used by the professor. But if you are using your own words first, that's the most important thing. Indicate change in topic, number, indent or bullet, brief sentences, abbreviation and symbols, write legibly, and finally edit. Step number 2. Question. Formulate questions that will help you to retrieve the data you are trying to remember, definition and big idea. Write the question in the designated area of your note. Step number 3, reflect. Thinking of the information you are learning. This is very, very, very important. Connect definition with discussion in class. Asking questions is one of the most important things you have to do. By example, how the main idea fit into a bigger picture? How do these ideas fit in what I have already learned? What new question do I have? Step number 4, recapitulate. Write a summary with your own word. You don't need to use the word that I'm going to use or any professor is going to use right away. If you're able to use your own word and it makes sense for you, that's okay. Later, you will be able to use more complicated word, if I say so. Then it will test you to see if you are able to understand or not the information. If you are able to use your own word, that means you are able to understand the information. Okay? Step number 5, review. Obviously, you need to recite and have a brief review session. Having a brief review session will help you to work and remember better than if you don't. Now, let's take a look at the example. This is an example of a paper when you are taking your note. Always write title on the left and a date on the right. Then you are going to have 2 columns, 1 column right here and 1 column right there. In the column on the left, this is where you will have the recall clue. And on the column on the right, this is where you are going to record. So on the left, write recall question here. On the right, record notes here. Remember to focus on testable information. Don't forget to write the big idea, the definitions, formula, questions helping you to retrieve information, supporting details, examples, picture, bullet, each piece of new information. Then finally, at the end of your paper, you will have a little summary. Write a summary of note recorded on each page in this section of your note. Or create this section on the last page of your notes only and summarize all the information there. If you are following this method, I can guarantee you that it will give you what you need to improve yourself, to be more efficient, to retrieve your information much more efficiently, Therefore, you will increase your academic success. I wish you a very good year, and I will see you in class.